CJ on the beat.
Hi, I'm Jordy,
And I'm Steve-O.
and this is Thorndale Theater Talk. This is the podcast where we're going to be talking about movies, TV shows, and anything in the entertainment industry. We're back.
We're back. You're back. Yeah.
You're back also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My back?
You're back?
My back.
You're back.
You're back, my back.
My health, you're back.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. So I was sick the past couple weeks. Steve-O's been injured
With a back injury.
with a back injury. And these are not jokes. These are serious things. But we're back, thankfully.
Yes, we're rocking it.
Rocking it. Just remember to follow us on Instagram at Steven Centrella, on Twitter at Steven Centrella, at Thorndale Talk, our official Twitter page, and at Kibbles312, our Facebook page, Thorndale Theater Talk, and our YouTube page, Thorndale Theater Talk, to like, subscribe, and comment. Sorry, I'm trying to get back in the hang of this. I just jumped right into it.
We're 2 weeks out. Like
Yeah.
we get it. We're sore. I'm sore, literally, and just like we're moving.
We're moving. We're moving.
We got this.
Yeah, we got this. We got this. Remember to listen to us every Tuesday on platform services or streaming services like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
And we missed a lot, Steve-O. We got to catch up.
We do. There was a lot that happened in the last
there's a
couple
lot.
weeks, man.
Well, we'll get into that. Let's get to the review of our movie of the week from
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. So, do you want me to start? Or do you want to
Yeah,
start?
you can start, my friend.
I'll start.
Yes.
So, I'm a little upset that it took me a while to watch The Help. Low key, I didn't watch it the week when we said we were going to watch it. I watched it last week, but
To be fair, we were on hiatus.
Yeah, I was sick. So, The Help, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Octavia Spencer, every acting was great. Viola Davis.
It just blows my mind. You finally just watched this movie.
I know, it is so good. The hype was real, is what I'd say.
It was.
The acting
really
was
was
phenomenal. The story was great. I don't even know what else to say besides of how good it was. Like, Viola Davis is such a good actress. Octavia Spencer is such a good actress. Emma Stone is so good. Everyone's amazing.
It was a star-studded
It was
cast.
such a star-studded
Great
cast.
film, just
Great
all around.
story.
Oh yeah.
It's based on a true story, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I
True
think.
events. True events.
Okay. Maybe not, but I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good. I'd highly recommend. And Allison Janney's in it. Oh, what a great cast. Highly recommend it on Netflix. I can't say anything like so specific. Everything was on point. It was like it had funny moments. There's one specific part that's pretty funny. That's obvious, and then it's obviously a serious movie and a serious concept. But the whole ride through was perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my review of The Help.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Bravo.
So, Steve-O.
So my movie of the week was The Flags of Our Father. So you could watch that on HBO Max or Amazon Prime or any of those fun sites. Basically, it's a World War II movie. It takes place during the battle of when the United States were kind of like, best way to describe, island hopping when they were taking over the islands around Japan. So basically, your typical World War II movie. Like, would I say this is? I would put it, if I had to make like a top 10 World War II movies, I'd maybe put it at number 10.
Looks like borderline.
Yeah, it's like borderline. Like it fights its way. It's a good movie, but like nothing that blew me away. Not like Saving Private Ryan, but it was a good movie. Like enjoyable. Definitely good acting, good cast, good directing. Just overall good. A solid.
Good.
It was solid.
Solid.
Yes, that's the best way I could describe it. So
Nothing bad. I mean, war movies, it's interesting because it's always like you're expecting like a powerful story and compelling characters and like events that happen that's true, and you're kind of like misbelief. It just depends on how well executed it can be and how different it can be.
Exactly.
So
that's the whole big thing about it. But overall, I just thought it was worth watching.
Yeah. Nice.
So if you've never seen it before, or if you're a big history person, or you like war movies, definitely check it out. I would say for sure.
Nice.
For sure. So what's going to be your movie of the week?
My movie of the week is Revolutionary Road.
Oh, decent movie. Decent movie.
On HBO Max.
Yes.
It's with DiCaprio and Winslet from Titanic. It's directed by Sam Mendes, who did 1917, American Beauty, Skyfall, my favorite James Bond movie. And it's basically about a crumbling marriage.
Yeah.
So it's like the opposite of Titanic. Like
basically, like this is how I would describe it. It is if Jack and Rose made it off the Titanic, this might be their life. This might be it. That's the best way I could describe. It's a different kind of like love they have in this movie.
All right. I'm excited. I mean, DiCaprio and Winslet are great, and Sam Mendes is good. So I'm sure it won't blow me away, but
Their performances were great.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The story, again, from what I remember the movie, the story was good. The performances were great. Nothing blown away though, but like it was definitely a good watch from what I remember.
All right.
So
I'm excited. What's your movie of the week?
So my movie of the week was a movie that you had a few weeks prior, The Outpost.
Finally.
It's on Netflix. It's on Amazon Prime. It's gotten so many like good reviews about this movie. It's once it hit Netflix, it like hit Netflix like top 10 list for like a couple weeks straight. So that's gonna be my movie of the week. I'm gonna see what you saw.
Yeah, I just think it just surprised me because I've never heard of this movie, and my brother just goes like, The Outpost is one of my favorite war movies I've seen. I'm like, I've never even heard of it, and I looked it up, and it's gotten like solid reviews and hasn't been anything amazing. And I looked at it, I'm like, it's a top 10 war movie for me.
Yeah, it's got a 72% on Metacritic. It's got a 92% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, I got 92. Jeez.
It's just
really good. But yeah, it's just they do it in such a real. They make it so real.
I think what blows me about... So I'm looking at the cast. Orlando Bloom's in this movie.
Yeah, he was in it. Yeah.
Like, what's the last thing you saw Orlando Bloom in besides a Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
I couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
There was that show that was...
Hobbit, too. He was also in the Hobbit movies.
There was a show that he was promoting with Cara Delevingne when there were like fairies or something on HBO.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I mean, I didn't see it because it looked weird.
Yeah, so, I'm just interested. Like, I haven't seen Orlando Bloom in anything, so...
Yeah, he's good in it.
Yeah,
it's a really good movie.
So definitely, I'm excited. Ready to check this shit out.
All right, so it was 2 weeks since we...
Yes, so a couple movies have come out in the last 2 weeks.
And that... I have seen 2 of them, and Steve.
I've seen one of them.
We both, yeah. So let's just get to it. Do you want to start off with the one we both seen, or do you want me to go with my tangent on?
Let's go with the first one we both seen.
Okay,
Let's go with that.
So we saw Borat 2.
We saw Borat 2, everyone.
Borat 2, whatever that long title is, on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Okay, what are your thoughts? I think we have the same thoughts.
Yeah. All right. So starting off, I'm gonna say
spoiler free.
Not as good as the first.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the first one to admit it. It was not as good as the first.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was still funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it still has that, like, Borat humor. It just hits everything. Especially when it gets very political at certain points. Like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, even though, like, I'm not big on the, like, whole political with, like...
Yeah, I agree.
Like, with jokes and stuff like that. Just because I feel like it's overdone.
Yeah.
But I feel like he just hit it well.
Yeah, he
did a good job with it. Like he's not overselling it, but it's like it's actually what people think. Like, and so
it's very Sacha Baron Cohen humor is very outrageous.
Yeah.
It's very like it's the extreme of every level of what humor is, and he does it in Borat 2 again.
Exactly.
And it's very funny. It's not as good as the first, like Steve-O said. I completely agree, but I think it's if you're a fan of the first one, you will still enjoy the second one.
There you go. Yeah, I would agree with that. Like I said, I was a fan of the first one. You'll enjoy the second one. Won't be as good as the first, but again, there's still funny parts that
there's
you
still
will
very
enjoy.
solid funny parts in it.
So definitely check it out.
Yeah. I love
don't go with such high expectations.
No, that's why my expectations were I don't think it's gonna be as good as the first, and we'll see. That's literally what it was. I said I know it's not gonna be as good as the first one, but we'll see what it is. But yeah, I'd recommend it. Amazon Prime. All right, and then I saw last weekend I think it came out last weekend.
Yeah, it came out last weekend.
The Aaron Sorkin movie, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Which is based on a true story about the Democratic convention with the riots in Chicago.
1968, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was like 68.
Yeah.
Talk about a cast. This cast was
big name cast.
Huge. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Mark Rylance, Sacha Baron Cohen, Jeremy Strong. I know I'm missing a lot, but I can't. I'm like, there's so many.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's in it. Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
It's a very Aaron Sorkin movie. And when I say that, it means I'm a Aaron Sorkin fan, so I liked it a lot.
Yes.
It's very good. His writing is always so captivating and so engaging. although I think he over exaggerates a lot in where it's based on a true story. So when you go into a movie where it's based on a true story, you're thinking to yourself, all right, at least like 90% of it is true. Right? At least that's what I think of going into it.
It depends. Like,
yeah, I know. I
when it's based on true stories, they do keep the one thing I always say, they'll always keep the main part of the event true.
Yeah.
But they're going to change things here and there to create that Hollywood like aspect.
Sorkin does that a lot. Sorkin does where some moments that he makes key in the movie that didn't really happen in the events. Not trying to take away this movie. This movie is very entertaining and I highly recommend it. But he does a lot of like there's specifically the part at the end you just couldn't believe that would happen in a trial, and like it doesn't happen. I looked it up, that clearly didn't happen, but it's like a huge like Sorkin's very good at like making true event stories so like holy shit that happened when it didn't really happen as he says it. I'm not trying to take away like the riots that he shows you what happens in the riots, like that all happens. The main part of the like beats of the trial happened. It's very true in like the whole general aspect, but like certain like big moment parts in the movie didn't. There's two specifically that came to my mind. All right, I'm getting very nitpicky, but it's very good.
My question is, all right, so we all know Sorkin, great writer, like unbelievable, but this is the way he directed this movie too. He directed Molly's Game and he directed this. How do you feel about his directing?
He's not bad. I think he's a fine director. Excuse me. Yeah. I think that if you want the best possible movie out of it, I'm not trying to take away from Sorkin's directing. He did a good job, I think, in the Trial of Chicago 7. And Molly's Game, he actually was pretty good at directing too. But if you want like the best movie possible, if you have Sorkin's writing, which we all know is like top notch, top level writing, and you have like I always compare it to like The Social Network, where you had David Fincher as the director, who's top level director, you're gonna have an amazing movie. Right. So, I mean, if Sorkin didn't direct it and someone else directed it, maybe it would be a bit better. But I don't think the variance is too high. I think it still would be. It's still a good movie. I highly recommend it, since it's also on Netflix, and that it's kind of crazy that I've never heard of this story before, and
takes place in Chicago, where we record, man.
It's true. Yeah. So I know I went kind of like on a rant and started nitpicking everything, but
we want to hear it, man.
Yeah,
we do.
It's good. I'd recommend it. It's on Netflix. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie. Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's go to the news finally.
We are going to the news. We got some of the news for you. We have news for you. That's true. All of our news is from ScreenRant.com. Just remember ScreenRant.com. All right. The first big piece of news that we have here. So Michael B. Jordan reportedly is set to star and direct Creed 3. So not only he's going to be playing Adonis Creed again, but he's going to direct this time. So it should be interesting, you know? Yeah. There was always talks about him taking over the directing chair, and now it's actually going to be happening. You know?
I interested, and that would be directorial debut, right?
I think so. I don't think he's ever directed anything.
That makes me more excited about Creed 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Creed 2 surprised me because I loved Creed 1, and you go into Creed 2, you're just expecting like, all right, I know what this is about.
Right.
It's the same story of him, you know.
I wonder what the third one's going to be about. I liked Creed 2 a lot.
Yeah. I like Creed 2 a lot. Creed 3, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm very curious on like where they're going to take this this path with Creed 3, because I feel like the first two would just perfect. Like I just don't see how they can make another. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
makes sense.
I don't know. Like there was no like good setup of like where they move on from there. So
we'll see.
Yeah. But, I'm happy for him. It's a stepping stone in his career.
I like Michael B. Jordan. I think he's a good actor. So.
And it's a stepping stone in his career.
Yeah.
So.
Good for him.
Yeah. All right. Next piece of news that we have. So, Wicked, the movie, director exits. Universal is looking for a replacement. So, we all know the Broadway play, Wicked.
Yeah.
So, they're doing a movie of it. And so, director Stephen Daler? Daldry,
Yeah.
has left due to creative differences. So, that's always a good sign, I guess.
No, we'll see. I'm not surprised, first of all, that Wicked's coming into a movie.
Yeah, neither am I. They usually do this after
They're starting to do this even more and more common just because.
Yeah.
Let's make more money.
Exactly.
With
That's
this
all about
project. So, I've never saw the Broadway musical actually.
Neither have I. I know what it's about.
Yeah, Sam.
But I have never seen it. So
with that in mind, I may see it. I don't think I would see it in theaters. I would probably just wait because I'm not dying to see it. That's just me personally.
For me, it just depends on the situation.
True.
It just depends on the situation.
True. So, but creative differences of the director is never a good sign because that means that whatever executive producers are on the project have a certain mindset of where it's going.
Exactly.
And this person kind of wanted to drift away from it, and since they couldn't agree, it's never a good sign unless the people that are on it have this vision that's amazing. So
right.
We'll see.
Again, there's not you already have the story. If you're doing a shot for shot, just redo the whole do the same thing, then you already have the story and what to do. You just need to get the casting and the directing, and boom, get it going. But with movies like this that are based on Broadway plays, I can't say Broadway. Okay. Jesus,
you're injured.
I feel like this shouldn't be complicated.
Yeah.
You already have the story. You already know what it's about. Yep. Just get it together. Come on.
Get it together.
Let's go.
Get it together. All right, let's get to the next one.
So next one. So Quibi is officially shutting down and selling off assets. So Quibi was a streaming platform. They launched about a year ago or so. Yeah. And so they are officially shutting down, just selling off all their assets.
Not really surprised, but
it's a platform that couldn't make it in the game. They were competing against big names like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. It's hard to compete with those.
Yeah, it is hard.
So, yep. Bye Quibi.
Bye Quibi.
All right. Next piece of news, something we all probably heard. Dexter's revival season will fix season's 8 mistakes. So they're gonna do a revival season of Dexter. Try to fix all the mistakes they made in this series in the last season.
Yeah, so this is my question for this. Do you think it's a redo of season 8, or is it a follow-up season of season 8?
See, I don't know how you could do a redo, personally. From what I've been reading, Clyde Phillips says the 10 episodes revival of the Showtime will try to fix certain finale mistakes. So if I would have to guess, this is a follow-up.
Okay.
So that's what he says. He says the 10 episodes is he's going to try to fix the season 8 mistakes. So to me, it seems like
a season 9, but it's only
season 9.
I know it's only going to be these 10 episodes. They're not doing ongoing.
Exactly. So I think even he probably felt like it ended abrupt. It
was a bad ending. I think
it was a bad ending.
Everyone knew it was a bad ending.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, because I heard stuff also on other sides saying that it's just a redo of season 8, which would be kind of weird. So this does make sense, but I hope they fix it because that was the worst ending they could have thought of.
For me, Dexter seasons 1 through 4,
so good. Some of the seasons are one of the best I think in television.
Yeah, but then after that, it just goes downhill.
5 was okay. 5 was. That's why I said it was okay.
That's where I feel like the drop starts.
The beginning of 5, you're like, all right, this is getting kind of done, and then the ending of 5 wasn't too bad, and then 6, 7, 8 are just
It was the beginning of the fall.
Yeah, no. Season 5 wasn't good. Just don't get me wrong. I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt. But, yeah, season 6, wasn't that the Colin Hanks season?
Yeah.
That season was horrible. All right, yeah. But hopefully they fix it. I know that the showrunner who did seasons 1 through 4, I think, are more heavily involved in this too. So hopefully it gets fixed.
We'll see what happens.
I was a big Dexter fan, so
we'll just see what. Hopefully they can fix their mistakes.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
So next piece of news. So Band of Brothers sequel show story details revealed. So if anybody remembers, there was a HBO miniseries called Band of Brothers in the early 2000s. It was about the Airborne Division in World War II, the 101st Airborne, Easy Company. So they're doing a upcoming Band of Brothers sequel. The show will be reportedly focusing on the air support company called the Bomber Boys, which also took place during D-Day's offense. So it's going to be about another American, looks like Airborne Division, so about their stories and whatnot. So I don't know if it's not an exact direct sequel. It's just a more...
It's kind of like those shows where seasons 1 and 2 don't have any relation to each other.
Yeah.
But like this has the same event, but it's a different cast and different entire...
Exactly. Well, the whole thing is completely different because like it's not about Easy Company and the 101st Airborne.
No.
This one's about it looks like called the Bomber Boys.
That's why it's like an entire different cast, and it's an entire like it's a same event and maybe a same type of story just because it's about D-Day.
Yeah.
But it's just a different like division on their outlook and what they had to go through.
And what they had to go through. So
yeah.
Again, I was a big fan of that miniseries Band of Brothers.
Great.
If you've never seen it, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Seriously,
it's on HBO.
So good on HBO. Only 10 episodes. Like
it's very good.
Very good. Great cast behind it. Great story, and it's again, I love it because every episode they actually have the real veterans like giving their side of the like what they viewed, and then you actually see you see the Hollywood actual show of it, but like it's really good. So
it's very good.
Like if they
didn't Tom Hanks executive produce it?
He executive produced it and directed
he did?
Yeah, he directed 2 episodes.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know he directed. Cool.
Yeah, it definitely, if you've never seen it, check it out. But this should be fun.
Yep.
All right. This piece of news I just find hilarious. I feel like I just want to share. So I Know What You Did Last Summer show is moving forward at Amazon. So the 90s slasher thriller movie I Know What You Did Last Summer and their sequel I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is doing a TV show adaptation, and it's going to be on Amazon Prime. So this is hilarious in my opinion. I don't know if like
it's ridiculous. I think it's fun. We should also talk about how the sequel is called I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
The fact that they just added still.
Yes. Just like, I still remember. I didn't forget.
I think I hope they're self-aware of how ridiculous that sequel like name is. It'd be like this third one would be I Didn't Forget What You Did Last Summer. But,
oh my god. It was
it's like
I just find it funny because like this is so dumb. Yeah. Like really, this is the best idea. Someone goes like, "You remember the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer?"
Well,
and the sequel.
I got a TV series.
Yes, I got a TV series for you. The whole same thing, but we're just gonna break it out in a TV series. It's just like, done. You got it, man. Like, the movie was, again, it's a classic, 90s slasher thriller. But like, if you really watch it, it's so dumb. Like even Scary Movie like was making fun out of it, and like. But yeah, so they're getting their own TV series. Fun stuff. All right. And some mention articles. So Candyman reboot, the movie that was supposed to come out in September, they are setting for 2021, but they're setting for the summer. So they're hoping it'll come out between the months of June, July, or August, depending on what's going on in the world and whatnot. So they're shooting for summer of 2021. Some real sad news. Jeff Bridges, beloved actor, you know him for The Big Lebowski, you know him from
True Grit.
Yeah, so many great movies. True Grit. Hell, he was in one of my Kingsman.
Yeah,
he made an appearance in that. He sadly has been diagnosed with lymphoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was diagnosed about 5 days ago, and it's just really sad.
Really bad year.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Kinkacha Farrell, who was in 2.5 Men. She plays Berta, and she was also in Mr. Deeds. She plays Deeds' friend who runs the pizzeria. Yeah. She has passed away as well at the age of 77 due to heart failure. So, some sad news. We
end that on sad news.
Some two sad news right there. Jeff Bridges and Again, Jeff Bridges is still with us. Hopefully, he
fights it off.
He fights it off and he gets through this,
Yeah.
So, some sad news there.
All right. So let's get to our topic. we're recording this on October 25th, so 6 days until Halloween.
Yeah, somewhere around there. 6 days before Halloween.
5-6 days. So, what are your favorite Halloween movies, Steve-O?
You know what? Before we get into that, I'm gonna ask you a question real quick.
Yeah, say it.
What constitutes as a
Halloween?
Yes.
Movie.
What does constitute a Halloween movie? Slasher, thrillers, are those Halloween movies, or do Halloween movies have to be exactly about Halloween? Like, what do you say?
Because we get very nitpicky on genres.
We do.
Which, in a way, you should. Like, there's,
yeah.
Because not all horror movies are Halloween movies, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Some people may say it because it's a scary movie and Halloween is for, like, scary stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, one of my favorite Halloween movies, Hocus Pocus, isn't necessarily scary.
Exactly.
It's a family-oriented Halloween movie.
Exactly. So...
I don't know what constitutes the Halloween movie. I don't have that, like, description for it.
What would you describe as a Halloween movie then? If someone
I just said I don't know. I don't know how to...
Like, for me, I would say it has to take place on, like Halloween season. So if the movie takes place in, like, October kind of thing, you see maybe leaves changing, that fall, I would consider that.
This might be an embarrassing question because I haven't seen it in a long time, but was Scream on Halloween?
No, it was not.
I'd constitute that as a Halloween movie, though.
But that's the thing, yeah. I don't know. But,
see, it's like...
But again, like, just because you see blood and gore, like, would you count Saws, like the Saw movies as Halloween movies? Those are just like...
Yeah, I know, but people dress up as the Saw dude.
That's the other thing. If people dress up as, like the person...
That's like a common, like,
right, but would you say that just because of that? Like,
see, I would. I think I would.
If they dress up at
like Jason's a Halloween movie, like the Friday the 13th is a Halloween movie, Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, I think you agree on these that are Halloween movies.
Yeah.
I think it does. I think that constitutes as like getting into it. But then again, there was a year where I dressed up as like Brian Urlacher. Do you think the Chicago Bears are?
But that's my point, because like for Halloween you could dress up whatever.
I know.
And so like just because you dress up as the person for Halloween doesn't make it a Halloween movie. Part of me says yes, and part of me says no. It just depends. Because again, like for this kind of genre, I agree. There's a gray area for this one, and I think this is like one of those gray areas.
That's why I don't think there's a definitive description of what a Halloween movie is. It's kind of more of like, name me the movie and we'll like talk about how it is a Halloween movie or not.
Right. Like you said, because the Nightmare on Elm Street and then Friday the 13th, all those, because those are like scary movies and people dress up, and like usually like Halloween movies are supposed to be scary and spooky and like, so like maybe, but then at the same time, like just because like you see someone get their head chopped off, I feel like
necessarily a Halloween movie.
It's not not
would you think the
not necessarily even scary. I would say just because you see someone just like
some people would think that's scary.
Like
you're not an easily frightened person. I don't think it's scary either, but you're not necessarily.
Well, because to me it's like
the only things that scare me why I don't like horror movies is because of the jump scares. I freaking hate jump scares.
Right.
That's what makes me like freak the hell out. Just because like you never see something coming.
Right.
You get the like jump.
Because like the paranormal activity movies, I don't know if I would consider those Halloween movies. I don't know if I would.
Yeah, I don't think I would either.
Like, yeah, there's jump scares. Yeah, there's like some scary scenes, but like, no.
See, name another horror movie that wouldn't be a Halloween movie. Because now I'm starting to think that horror movies should consider as Halloween.
They should be considered?
But name me another one.
Like the Conjuring movies.
Like, those are frightening, and people watch it on Halloween if they want to get scared.
Right. I guess it just depends on how they like make, like, because I feel like for me the paranormal movies are not Halloween movies, but I would consider Conjuring more Halloween, I guess.
Conjuring's more of a Halloween.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just the way it's made, because like the paranormal activity movies, they're trying to get in the feel of like low budget films, like these are like true events,
yeah.
like they're trying to get like that feel of like, you know, like, oh, this is just two people and like this is their documentary.
Here, how about this? Let's start naming our favorite Halloween movies, and then let's actually see if they are Halloween or not.
That's fair. All right.
Like off the top of your head.
So, so one of my favorite Halloween movies, I would personally say, Again, Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus is great.
Again, and that is a Halloween movie in my
Yes,
opinion. It
yes.
literally takes place
Yes,
on
yes.
Halloween.
I don't disagree with you at all.
So that's definitely a Halloween movie.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. But does that take place on Halloween? I don't think so.
No, but that's such a Halloween movie, though.
It
you just
is.
have that feel. Like, that's why I don't think there's a definitive like definition of what a Halloween movie is.
I guess, yeah. But then, was it Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks' movie? Again, I say that's
it's a Halloween.
I say it's a Halloween movie, yes, but like again, like it's.
You know what's sadly a Halloween movie? Hubie Halloween. That's a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I never saw it, but like, how can it not be a Halloween movie?
Psycho. Those like.
That's a Halloween. Yeah, that's a Halloween movie, right?
Would you say it's a Halloween movie? I would say yes.
See, like,
I would say yes for that one.
in the grand
Alfred
scheme of
Hitchcock's
things,
movie, like
I say
shower scene, like dun,
yeah,
dun, and then
I say it's a Halloween movie. I feel like at least half horror movies are Halloween.
at least half. Yeah.
Just a broad
Right.
guess.
Scream.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wears the mask on Halloween.
That was a very popular
That's
like
still, I think, should be. I hope it's still a popular thing.
like
That was
the
so
costume, yes, but
yeah, the costume. I'm saying
the costume, yes, but the movies, yeah,
that was when we were younger. That was a huge.
and they were still going with them. They're making a Scream 5.
Yeah, I know.
It's in the works.
Oh, Scream is such a good Halloween movie.
Oh, the It movie.
Do you think?
I don't know. Like, would you consider that?
You do this one because I've been going back and forth.
See, It.
I'm sorry, that clown person. There's some
Like
parts that
because
freak me out.
you got the jump scares, you got the horror with the clown, but it does not take place like on Halloween. It does not. It's about it like a year. I think that's more of a story than a Halloween themed movie. Sure, you can consider it Halloween because it's a scary movie.
You're right,
but
I agree with
it's
you.
a story.
Well, so is every Halloween movie is a story.
Well, I mean, like, but this, like,
I know what you're trying to say.
This takes place all year round.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
takes
I'm saying.
place
I know
in the
what you're trying to
summer.
say. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it takes place in the
I
summer.
wouldn't say that's
so
a Halloween movie. That is a good movie, though.
it is a good movie, great movie. The second one,
The second one's got its faults.
Silence of the Lambs. Hello, Clarice.
I think it's pretty freaky. I think I'd consider that a Halloween movie.
Consider that a Halloween
was
movie?
it Buffalo Bills?
Yeah,
In Hannibal, like, come on.
but that's like it's freaky.
Do you think it's a Halloween movie? Actually, I don't think it is.
I don't know.
I actually don't think it. Like, see, this is the gray area.
That's what I mean. This is where the gray area happens. Yes, people will like consider it a Halloween movie because it's a scary thriller movie.
You can like dress up as.
And you could dress up,
people,
yeah.
Whoever would dress up
But
as Buffalo Bill.
you got issues there then.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill's creepy as hell.
But yeah, overall, like I don't know if I would consider it a Halloween movie. I just don't like. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I actually go back to it. I don't think that's a Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a Halloween movie.
So would you say like movies like here's another Twilight movies? Just because they're about vampires and werewolves, are those Halloween movies? No, they are definitely not Halloween movies.
I've never seen any of them.
I don't want to. Don't judge me, but like
You definitely have.
don't judge me.
You see the first one?
I've seen the first one.
Okay.
All right, don't judge me, but it's definitely not a Halloween movie. That's the other thing because like people would say like anything involving like monsters, ghouls, goblins, like.
Yeah, I don't think that's a Halloween movie either.
Those are.
I mean, from not watching Twilight. Name more, because like it just depends on the movie. You can't really have a definition.
That's true. Oh, The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock's movie. I don't know if you ever seen that.
It sounds familiar.
Where like the town's attacked by the birds.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes, I've seen that movie.
Like, would you consider that a Halloween movie?
No, it's just a stupid movie.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Yes, I would. Do you think? Dude, that's a common costume too.
Yeah.
I'd say you dressed up as. Didn't you dress up as Texas Chainsaw?
I did one year, yeah, when I was
really
younger, yeah, because I remember when I saw that movie, I thought it was I was like, holy shit, this is a fun, scary movie.
Yeah, you love horror movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a Halloween movie.
Jeepers Creepers.
I've never seen Jeepers Creepers.
Ooh, you should watch that. Justin
I know
Long's in it.
I know you told me to watch it.
Carrie. You never seen Carrie? You know.
I told you I'm not a horror Halloween guy.
I would consider Carrie a Halloween movie, I guess. For those of you who know what Carrie is, that should be homework for you. Watch Carrie. It's like a classic like horror. Child's Play, Chucky.
Child's Play. God, that's a Halloween movie. I've seen that. I have seen that.
You would say those are Halloween movies? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you?
Like, I have trouble saying yes because like just because it involves a killer clown and you see a lot of blood. I don't know,
It's not
maybe.
a clown, it's a doll.
Oh, doll, whatever. Whatever.
Okay, like now I'm second guessing myself because
The Exorcist.
who the hell?
The Exorcist. Was that a Halloween movie?
What do you think? I want to hear your opinion first because I've been trying. This is really hard for me.
It is tough, but like
Because now I'm second guessing Child's Play.
yeah, because it's like
Yeah, I guess you. Just name. Let's just name our favorite horror movies.
so like
The general aspect of a Halloween movie, yes, it might not be a horror. It might not be a horror movie. Not all horror movies are Halloween movies, but I am getting very irritated figuring out what's a Halloween movie.
because
so
it's
let's just
tough.
name our favorite horror
It's
movies.
because it's tough.
Yes,
I would say
completely agree. It's
like
tough.
The Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas. Those are people consider those Halloween movies, and I would say they're Halloween movies. Sure. So it just depends on your definition.
Halloween Town.
To me,
That's
yes.
a Halloween movie.
Under Wraps, if anybody remembers that, it was a Disney Channel original
Yeah,
movie
I've
where
never seen that one.
the mummy comes alive.
Oh, I have seen that one.
There you go.
Oh my god, I was talking about it, we were
Yeah,
talking about it
Under
earlier.
Wraps.
Yeah, I have seen Under Wraps.
I
have seen that one.
I went on Disney Plus
Wow,
to
that's a throwback.
Yeah, I went on Disney Plus to see if it's there, and it's not, and I am super disappointed. If anybody from Disney is listening
Holy
to this,
crap, that is such a throwback.
get that on Disney Plus.
Under Wraps was so good.
So good.
Now I remember that.
Yes.
I was
So-
like looking it up and I just like didn't see that at all. But when you said that mummy comes back, I distinctively remember.
Yeah,
that
he's
scene.
got to hide the mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a classic.
So good.
Oh,
Halloween Town.
that got me
you know
so
what?
excited that I remember that.
I will say Disney's actually pretty good with the Halloween movies. I
Yes,
must say.
it's a family-oriented Halloween movie.
Yeah, because they got-
used to. I don't know. If
Yeah,
they
I don't know about now, but like Halloween Town, Under Wraps, Hocus Pocus,
Halloween Town 2.
Halloween Town 2. Yeah,
I
they
don't know
made
if I've
4.
seen. I don't know if I saw the second one. I heard the second one was good.
The second one was good. The third one, I remember watching all of them.
Yeah.
The third one is where it starts
That's
getting
even worse.
a little weird, a little off
Yeah,
base.
I don't remember this. I don't know if I saw the second one. I definitely saw the first one.
But yeah, it's also was it the Phantom of the Megaplex? You know,
I never saw.
But
that
like
one.
Disney actually does pretty good with those. I'll give it to them. You know.
That's the one that I was looking at. Phantom of the Megaplex.
Yeah.
I never saw that one.
So that's one thing I'll give Disney for is
The old school Disney.
yeah. One movie that I would say yes, so it like possibly yes as a Halloween movie. I don't know if you ever seen it. It's Near Dark. It's directed by Catherine Bigelow.
Why does that sound? No, I've never seen it then. It's Catherine Bigelow. I wouldn't know.
Oh, so yeah, so it stars with Bill Paxton. And,
No, I never saw it.
But so it's about a family of vampires, and like it gets interesting, and they so it's a very interesting movie. It came out in like the 80s, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 87. So it's about a family of vampires, but they're not like traditional vampires. Like they're like modern age vampires, and I don't know. Like I would consider that possibly a Halloween movie because from what I've seen. So you would have to like watch it to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've never.
But that's what. But Twilight, I wouldn't because it's not. It's more about a love story than.
Sorry, I have to follow back to Under Wraps. I completely forgot about that movie. I loved that movie. I'm sorry.
It's so good.
That movie was
But
so
you gotta.
good.
We gotta try to
I
find
just
it. You
came
gotta.
back to my. I'm so happy that I know what that movie.
But you know what's
remember that is.
disappointing? It's not on Disney Plus.
That's horseshit.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
Exactly.
That movie's great.
Children of the Corn. I would consider that a
Yeah,
Halloween
that's a Halloween
movie.
movie.
I consider
I
that
like
a
took
Halloween
a minute.
movie.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
Yes.
Children of the Corn. That's a Halloween movie, I would say.
That's a Halloween movie.
But yeah, so Halloween. So if you, all right, let's say Halloween's coming up. What's the one movie you're gonna watch on Halloween?
I'm not a big guy about that, but if one movie I'd watch on Halloween,
Yes.
like I don't know. Like I mean, Hocus Pocus is such a classic,
Right.
So I guess I would do Hocus Pocus, maybe even Scream. Like those are my two. Those are as of right now, off the top of my head. Even after going around this, I went nuts on Under Wraps just because I just remembered like loving it as a kid.
Yeah.
But I think Hocus Pocus and Scream. I think
For me, I would have to put.
maybe even Beetlejuice.
I would say between Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, and maybe Children of the Corn. Actually, I remember liking Children of the Corn. It creeped me out as a kid, and I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Children
like,
of the Corn is pretty creepy.
yeah, it does a pretty good job of the
But
creepiness
yeah,
level.
Yeah, since we didn't have a top list, just because it's kind of hard because define what a Halloween movie is.
Because
it's
that's
hard.
the hard part. That's why I feel like for us, it'd just be too hard to do a top 5 list just because.
Like, what if I have a movie that I think is Halloween and you're just like, I don't think it's Halloween and vice versa.
Exactly.
Like, so, but yeah, if I had to choose, like, what we've talked about that we know are Halloween, I'd do, like, Hocus Pocus, Scream, and, like, Beetlejuice.
Yeah. Scream's actually, I like as a Halloween. Like,
yeah, that's, like, the classic.
Yeah. I think just because we grew up with it, too. Exactly. So, like, it has that nostalgia feel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, this raises the questions.
Yeah.
So, happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, happy Halloween. That's this week's episode of Thorndale Theater Talk. Remember to follow us on Instagram at Steven Centrella, on Twitter at Thorndale Talk, our official Twitter page.
Hell yes.
At Steven Centrella and at Kibbles312.
Yes,
and
yes,
our
yes.
Facebook page, Thorndale Theater Talk.
Yes.
And our YouTube, Thorndale
Yes.
Theater Talk. To like, subscribe, and comment on our videos. Tell us what you want to hear. Give us criticism if you don't like what we've been doing.
Give us shit, man.
Yeah,
we want
give us
it.
shit.
Give
We
us
want
the
it.
damn shit. We want it. God damn it.
And remember to listen to us every Tuesday on streaming services like Apple Podcasts, Breaker, and Spotify.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it. See you next week.
Thank you.
CJ on the